Assalamualaikum and hi. Today we are going to present our group assignment SMS 3013 from Group C. Meet my teammates Nurul Adaha, me Farisha Alia, Iqbal Muzakir and Muaz. Is the effect of part-time work on academic achievement among students. Okay, our objectives are first to compare variance of academic performance GPA between part-time student and full-time student. Second, to compare mean working hour in a week between Faculty of Science and Mathematics, Faculty of Human Science, Faculty of Sports Science and Coaching. Third, to determine the correlation between the number of working hours in a week and student academic performance GPA. Lastly, to estimate the mean difference of working hour and between male and female students. Significance of study. First, understanding time management. Identify how effectively students manage their time between work and academics. Second, financial independence. Identify how effectively students manage their time between work and academic. Third, workload and stress. To identify students who might be at risk of burnout or poor academic outcomes. Fourth, skill development. To identify the balance between gaining practical experience and maintaining academic performance. Next, 3.0, finding and analysis. So for the first objective, to compare variance of academic performance between part-time student and full-time student from the data we get. So step 1, we need to find the variance of academic performance between part-time student and full-time student. So the mean we get for part-time student is 3.73 and the variance of GPA for part-time student we get 0.094. Then we need to calculate the variance of GPA for full-time student. So the mean we get is 3.77 and the variance of GPA for full-time student we get 0.083. Okay, so by using software which is Jamovi, we can get mean and variance for GPA full-time student and part-time student. So for GPA part-time student, and we get 27 and mean we get 3.73 and the variance we get 0.094. Okay, for GPA for full-time student, and we get 15, mean we get 3.77 and the variance for GPA for full-time student we get 0.083. Next, step 2, make a hypothesis. So from the information we get, for the step 1, we need to step the hypothesis and identify the claim. Step 2, we need to select the distribution, which is we use F distribution. Step 3, we need to make a graph for rejection region. Step 4, we need to complete the test value, which is F we get 1.13. We use p-value from the table F distribution. We can get the values for all the significance, and then we know p-value equals to F test value, which is 1.13. So from the table we get 1.13 false at significant 0.10. So p-value less than equal 0.10 times 2 because it is a two-tailed test. P-value less than equal 0.20. Okay, since p-value greater than significant level, which is 0.10, so we fail to reach rational. For last step, step 5, we need to make a decision and summarize the result. So the decision we can get is we fail to reach rational. There is enough evidence to claim that the variance of GPA between part-time student and full-time student is different.
Alright, I'm going to continue for the second objective. So we have to compare the mean working hour in a week between Faculty of Science and Mathematics FSM, Faculty of Human Science FSK, and Faculty of Sports Science and Coaching FSSK. For the first step is we have to state null and alternative hypothesis like this one. Mean 1 is equal to mean 2 is equal to mean 3, and then for the alternative hypothesis we have at least 2 means are not the same. For the second step is we have to select the distribution to use. Because we are comparing the means for 3 normally distributed population, we use the F distribution to make this test. For the third step is we have to determine the rejection and non-rejection region. For this one, we have to determine first for the degree of freedom 1 and degree of freedom 2. And then we look at our confidence level, which is 90%. Then the alpha is 0.1. Next, we look at the F table with alpha 0.1, the F1 is equal to 2, the F2 is equal to 38, the approximate 40. And then we got 2.4404. For the critical value, we have to calculate the value of test statistic. First, we have to find T and N for each group. FSM, FSK and FSSK, and then find the submission of x and submission of x square. And then we have to find the sum of square and mean square for both source of variation, between and within. For this one, we can calculate the value of the statistic using the MSB and MSW that we got from the calculation. We have to put all the answer obtained from the calculation into the ANOVA table. It is well organized and easier to understand. And then lastly, we can make a decision. For this one, this is the test statistic that we got from the calculation and the critical value from the table. And then we can conclude that it fall in the non-rejection region, and we fail to reject the null hypothesis and conclude that the means of three populations are equal. This is the software calculation. I use Excel for this calculation. That's all from me.
Okay, so hi, I'm Nura Adha. So this is our third objective, which is we need to determine the correlation between working hours in a week and students' academic performance. So we use correlation as our statistical method. So this is our manual calculating, which is the first step, we make a table and find the values of x, y, x squared and y squared, and place the value in the corresponding column of the table. So our x is working hours per week, and our y is grade point average. So this is our table in our graph. And the next step, we need to find the values of total xy, x squared and y squared. So this is all of our total. And then the third step, we just need to substitute in the formula and solve for our correlation manually. So this is the formula, and just substitute all the information we have. So we got negative 0.243 this week, which is a very weak negative correlation between working hours and academic performance. The next is our calculating using software. So we use SPSS as our software. So the software, we got a negative 0.243, which is the same as our manual calculating. And then we need to test our significance of a correlation, which is R. So this is our step. So step 1, just set the hypothesis, which is H null is rho equal to 0 and H alternative is rho is not equal to 0. So step 2, just find the critical value. So our confidence level is 90%, this is what we choose, and our significant level is 0.10. So degrees of freedom is 40. So we got 2.423 as our critical value. So next step, we need to compute the test value just using the formula and substitute all the information that we got. So we got negative 1.5859 for our test value. So step 4, just make a division. So since the test value is less than critical value, so we fail to reject each null hypothesis. So there is no statistically significant correlation between working hours and academic performance.
Assalamualaikum, I'm As, and today I want to explain to you how to estimate the mean difference of working hours between male and female students. Using the formula given and the extracted data, we're gonna find the mean for male student, and I got 6.083. Then mean for female student, we got 5.2222. Then we're gonna find the difference of main difference of working hour between male and female student. And then we got 1.4861. And then we're gonna find the standard deviation of male student using the formula and extract data, and we're gonna get the variance. After we square root it, we got the standard deviation for male student. And then we're gonna do the same thing with the female student. Using the same formula, we got the variance first, and then we square root it, and then we got the standard deviation. Next, we're gonna estimate of the standard deviation of mean difference. Okay, look at the formula, and then we insert what we got earlier, and then we got 2.6722 for the estimate of standard deviation of mean difference. Okay, and next we're gonna find the degree of freedom. Insert using the formula, and then I'm using the 90% confidence interval, and we're gonna look at P table. We got 1.68, and then insert in the formula. Right, and then I got this result. Okay, now we're gonna compare it with the software. This is the result I get when using the software. We can compare it. This and this. Okay, the conclusion is these findings contribute valuable knowledge to understanding how part-time work affect students' academic achievement and tells a way to support students in managing both work and academic responsibility effectively. Thank you. That's all from me.